choose war.
Hello YouTube and welcome back to my Rome campaign here in Hannibal at the Gates. Remember last time we fought a fairly significant battle outside of Vercellae, and now we are going for the kill. And in fact, just to up my odds, I'm going to go ahead and disband one of these weak units so that I can hire just one more unit of mercenaries. I'll hire another one of these short swords, I think. I plan to pretty much disband all these units after this battle because I can't really afford to keep them up. It's hurting my income quite a bit.
For death and honor!
But we're just going to go for this now. Send these swords, mercenary swords in. They pretty much have nothing but these short swords and some levy spears. I have a few short swords in reserve that were beat up in the previous battle. But we should be able to get in here and take care of business. So remember that last battle, we just barely held the line with the Hastati, and you can tell from the way they got beat up. We still have some of our Socii Hastati units that'll be able to follow up. Oh, they sallied out to meet me. That's an interesting decision. I don't have a lot of cavalry, I guess, to take advantage of it. I do have the 2 ballistae. Oh, whatever. We're just going to start deployment. So what do we have here? A little bit of a town of farmhouses and stuff for me to use to secure a flank, perhaps. Alright, so let's move the ballista up. We'll set them kind of in a compact position like that. Put the mercs out in front. And we'll keep some of the particularly depleted Hastati units back here just to guard them. And then we'll put some of these other units that are a little bit healthier up front. And these Volcaes are still doing reasonably okay, although you see they have taken some casualties. They got caught a little bit in the center trying to hold off that attack, so they got kind of beat up too. And we'll just keep the cavalry and the treachery also in the rear as reserve. So I do want to close with this first force before their reinforcements can show up. The idea being that they have a lot of spears in that first group, and I want to take advantage of that before their friends with swords show up to help them out. I think I'll send the cavalry out to the flank as a scout and keep the ballistas kind of moving up with everyone else. I can use them to fire on the reinforcements while we're dealing with the first wave. I suppose I should make some groups out of these guys to make things easier. Whatever, that'll help a little bit. Where's my cavalry? Look at these guys peeking their heads up over the hill. Arrogant jerks. You think you can show your heads and not have them chopped off for you? So are they in ballista range by any chance? They are in fact in ballista range. We'll try explosive rounds. Hey, it's kind of not cool. Oh man, I got my groups all in weird orders. Normally I try to have them in some sort of logical, configuration so that I can find them more readily. Nope, didn't do that. Okay, unfortunately we can't see this second group coming yet. Just because there's a kind of a hill here, it's messing with us a little bit. See, this is just that garrison group, so there's nothing particularly dangerous in here. But I'll give them a good blasting with the artillery anyway, just to sort of shake them up. I'm going to hard group these guys so that I can give them a group attack order. Ooh, let's get to... Whoop! I forgot to pull the cavalry back when those spears came forward. Whoa, and I just hit my own guys a little bit, I'm pretty sure there. So that ought to shake them up pretty good. Italian cavalry. And we'll keep the second wave ready here. Send a couple units up to help. And I'm going to call off the ballistas at this point, I think, because they're just shooting into a melee that includes just about as many of my own guys as the enemy. Alright, so let's bring some of these second line troops up and find where my treachery unit end up. Oh, they're involved in that melee. That's great. Alright, come on guys, come on. Up and fill the gap, fill the gap. Push through, push through. And get this first group totally destroyed before those other guys show up. Alright, so let's see how our guys are doing in here. Yep, they're wrecking these guys pretty good. Those levy freemen don't really stand much of a chance against these mercenary sword units. Oh, and they're running away with still a lot of men left. Oh, looks like this might be the beginning of that second force coming in. Let's send the cavalry out for a quick scouting run, and we'll form back up here. Skirmishers out to the front. Reserve line. Move the artillery up. Keep their escorts nearby. And my treachery ended up out here somewhere. Yeah, let's go. Get out of there, guys, you morons. Here, get them out of there. Yep, here comes that other army. Here, let's get those skirmishers who were shooting at my treachery when I lost track of them. There, that'll give them something else to think about as they run for the hills in disgrace. Alright, time to get those guys out of there. They're not doing me any more good by dying. I might just about be ready to disband those guys too. There's not much left of them. They have served their purpose well. Alright, let's just try to drill some of these sword units with the artillery. Man, explosive shot may not be the best technique here. We're gonna stick with it and see how it goes. Come on, artillery. Let these guys have it. There we go. There we go. Nice shot. Missed a little bit there, did we? Oh, that was a good hit. That got their attention, I'm sure. Go on, Vercellae. Go get them. Ooh, man, those shots are coming kind of close to my own guys now. Here, let me do area fire. That might... Oops, wrong button. That might get a little bit better control. So I'm less likely to hit my own guys. Alright, get out of there. Send a... Oh, did not want you guys. Just send these guys. General attack. Alright, it's just time to stop that. Not going to do much except hit my own guys at this point. And we'll start bringing these Socii Hastati up around to the side. Oh, some of my mercenaries are wavering. Yeah, they got thrown in there against an awful lot of guys, and that's it. Oh well. Oh well, still got the win. Still took these guys out. So it should be the last of these guys. Hopefully that army was destroyed, that reinforcement one, but it's hard to say. Yeah, artillery didn't do half bad. Not amazing. Not like it would have if those guys were packed into a town. But pretty effective. Alright, standard procedure. Raise the town. Ooh, we got some skills. Alright, so now let's see. Was that army... Oh, I wasn't even paying attention. Was that army destroyed? I don't see it anywhere. Though it might have retreated off into the trees.
We hunger for battle.
Alright, so these units are going to regroup pretty good. Let's go ahead. I'm actually going to keep them around because I really could use the extra cavalry. Let's lose all these short swords. And I might hold on to these guys for just another turn or two until some of these Hastati units become useful again. Alright, see, just disbanding those couple of units increased my income by almost 1,000.
Ready for battle.
Let's see, am I still needed here to maintain order? It might be about time to start thinking about moving these guys out of here. Checking public order. Yep, they're still needed. Yeah, that military presence is giving me 14, and I'm still at a -5 change per turn. What the hell? Oh, okay, I'm still working on the consecrated ground. Okay, we're probably going to face a rebellion here too, but I've kind of figured that with the sacking of Vercellae. We'll deal with that. We'll build a consecrated ground, and we'll probably also end up building a field of Mars, just so we can recruit some basic troops here. Since this will be my forwardmost position after the fall of Nemesis. We're going to continue, I think, to try to build this army up with solid units, things like these Prankipes, which are... I did not realize initially how much better these Prankipes are than Hastati, but they are quite a bit better. Even considering that these guys have some experience points, they are. Look at that. The attack goes, 50, 35. Defense, 60, 50. Armor goes down by 15 points. I didn't realize how big of a drop-off there was. So we definitely want, anywhere we've got a barracks, we want to get at least to the mid-level barracks where we can train, Prankipes. Far more effective troops than the Hastati. Which makes some sense historically. The Prankipes would have been the veterans, they would have had the better equipment. It reminds me, is this town building? It is building a cohort barracks. Okay, excellent. So that will give them what they need. And let's just see how many rebellions and things we have to deal with. Oh, let me get my general a skill first before I move on. He has got, let's see, he's got really good cunning. So let's look for something in that. We'll give him tactician. And that 8% campaign map range I like too, because that can make all the difference between catching an army or escaping from an enemy versus not doing those things. Versus instead being caught yourself or missing an opportunity to destroy an army that was getting away from you or what have you. Alright, now let's see what the enemies have in store for us. Oh, there's my diplomat guy has finally reached Carthage so that he can attempt to mess with them. Oh, and my ally seems to be struggling somewhat up there. So we might have to try to get troops out there. It's okay, I want revenge on those guys anyway for sacking my town, destroying that entire army. Yep, rebellion in Vercellae. Yep, expected that one. Mission successful. Oh, I wasn't even paying attention to my missions, but we pacified Gallia Cisalpina. And I got extra money. Good, I really could use that at this point, actually.
Ready for orders.
And now the question is always, do you let the rebellion grow for a turn or two? Or do you just destroy it? See the advantage of if you let it grow for a little bit. Oh, I wanted the town, not the army. If you let it grow for a bit, you've got this sort of fixed... I'm pointing to it with my finger, like you can see my finger. You can see this fixed change per turn of +20, which will rapidly decrease from this, 39 points bonus for malcontents leaving for the rebellion. So if you let them sit for a few turns, you get quite a lot of malcontents. You can kill them all at the same time, effectively. Of course, the downside of that is, of course, there's more and more rebels, which means they're stronger and stronger and more dangerous to you. So I think I'll make another consecrated ground here and a field of Mars. I got plenty of food. I don't really need that. I don't really need another workshop at the moment. I'll build a field of Mars so I can train at least basic troops out here. Unseasonable conditions. Wow, this, this kind of fills up your, notifications when you got all these things going on. Ooh, I got a population growth. Perhaps I can go ahead and expand. Expand! See, these guys have great happiness, so I think I'll build 100 wealth from industry. Yes, let's do that. Gotta like the wealth. Unhappy populace. Yeah, shocking, yeah. I'm aware that they're not terribly thrilled with me. Although, actually, unhappy for these guys is something of an upgrade. Sacred Grove? Yes, that will help their public order. I do want to get this army freed up. Ooh, nice. Cultured. +8 cultural influence, although he's sitting down here in freaking Carthage.
Ever in service to
I'm not sure how
Rome.
much his
Setting forth
ability to change
for
culture
Rome.
is actually doing anything for me. So let's set him here. And we'll deploy him to corrupt local officials and diminish their tax rates.
Weak men are so easily
That sounds like fun.
corrupted.
Sounds like fun. Consecrated ground. Tread carefully, all who enter here. Sounds like the sort of thing you would hear in a game of Dungeons and Dragons or something. Alright, I still actually have some cash, so let's head down to this army. And oh, I can make Socii Extraordinary. Oh, see, their attack isn't terribly amazing either. Although their armor is quite good. It's significantly better even than the Prankipes. Otherwise, very similar. So they trade armor for melee attack. I think I'd rather have the melee attack of these Prankipes units. Socii Equites. It's similar here, although in this case it's the Equites that have better armor and lower attack, and the Socii Equites are better. Interesting. Alright, more Prankipes. They're gonna be the backbone of this army. And I'm out of money again. Darn it!
We hunger for battle.
Okay. Alright, so before we go for this episode, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and knock this rebellion out, since they're raiding me, and that's kind of rude of them.
To battle!
Hey! Stop running away from me.
Kill them all!
Oh, I was gonna fight this, but screw it. We'll just automate it. Yeah, guess it doesn't make that big a difference. We'll be aggressive, try to destroy their whole army. Yup, with a good old throat stab. That's how you do it. Don't mess with Rome. And you get killed, because that's what I do with rebels. Standard operating procedure.
Set up the watch.
And return to the city. And they still have negative public order gate. Come on, what the hell? How many of you do I have to kill in order to make you like me? Oh man, that's kind of annoying. Oh well, once I'm building a couple of these, the Grove of Nymphs and the Consecrated Ground. They should both provide a pretty significant boost there, and hopefully help recover that. Bring it around to my way of thinking. Alright, so let's run through one more turn break here and see what happens. Carthage has not been pushing against me, which is great, because I've been able to spend a lot of money on this army in Lilybaeum, and I do want to get that upgrade.
The gods have decreed that we must walk
Oh,
alone.
awesome. The
alliance
Veneti
is
have ended their
ended.
military alliance with me. So, yeah, they're expansionist and unreliable. Of course, it doesn't help that I had that untrustworthy rating, because I had that choice between defending one of my allies or the other, and had to pick one of them. So we might have to go destroy those guys too. That's most unfortunate. Hey, that the diplomat guy gained experience pretty quick by corrupting opposing officials. So let's dignitary. Okay, whatever. Honestly, I don't pay that close of attention to those guys, as they have not seemed to be the most effective agents to me. Okay, so we can get +5 wealth by slaves and industry, or we can get 150 wealth, and it makes land recruitment more expensive. Alright, let's just increase income. Oh, wait. Ooh, that lets me train Triarii. Ooh. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, I could expand, but I won't be able to afford to do anything this turn, so I'll just hold off on that.
We hunger
And
for
I want to keep
battle.
this army training pretty much constantly, at least training something. Some more Equite. Wait, no, I'll be consistent. I'll train the Socii Equite. Well, you know what? Screw it. Let's mix it up. And another missile unit. And call that good. Now I'm a little concerned. There's a whole bunch of troops over here,
At your command.
and they just ended their military alliance with me. So that's, not gonna lie, that's making me a little bit nervous, actually. And I won't be able to train any effective
Ready
troops
for
there for
orders.
some time. And this army is kind of tied down because I can't really afford to move it. Let's see if I cease taxes there. Is that going to help much? That would at least mean if, let's see, if I pull this army out of here, then I'll still be going down, but I'll be going down somewhat more slowly. I'll be going down at only -6 per turn. And I'm starting to convert them. I'll have this other building up and running soon, which will be another... okay. I'll pull this
We
out,
hunger for battle.
and we will just be prepared to come over here and fight these guys. I don't want to leave them behind me. If I'm going to fight them, and I have to believe that I'm going to, as they ended their military alliance with me, I want to be done with it as soon as I can. It's kind of unfortunate that one of the few factions that actually likes me. They're not allies with anybody else, though, so if I do take them down, it shouldn't anger anybody else too badly.
Greetings,
Let me
friend.
see if I can't
I call
reestablish.
for good ale to ease your throat and...
Nope,
right.
they're not going to go for that.
You speak?
Well, you know what? We're Rome. We follow the basic assumption that you're either with us or you're against us. And since these guys are no longer with me, apparently,
Waiting
well,
for
we have
orders.
ways of dealing with that. So I think what I'll do is after this army's refreshed a little bit and I've got those buildings in place, hopefully I can wait that long. I'll move this army up to the bridge here, where they can have a pretty good chance at holding off these guys, fighting them in a nice choke point with artillery. And this army can move out from behind and capture one or both of those settlements. And that'll be decent because it'll mean I can consolidate this region. And then I know my rear lines are safe because beyond that's the edge of the map. There's no more potentially unfriendly factions behind me. And I can focus on my westward expansion while continuing to build up my army in Roma, which I think I might actually send directly down into Africa. I don't know if it's a good idea to go directly after Carthage, but perhaps to Hippo Regius or Hadrumentum. I'll have to think about that one. I have a while before that army's combat ready. I could continue sending it west, I suppose, and get my vengeance on these guys who seem to have been destroyed anyway. Never mind. It seems my Massilia ally has actually taken both of these settlements. So that's great. He's actually doing a pretty good job then of holding my western flank. I could also potentially send that army over here into Iberia. We'll see. If I can take this faction off behind me, it should be able to free up a lot of troops. And I can take some more aggressive action, because up to this point I've pretty much been playing defense. Strategically speaking. So, in any case, I think I'll call that an episode at this point. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please do go ahead and hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. And so, from Rome in 217 BC, I am Southern Wolverine, wishing you a good day.